Hey everyone, it's Zach, and today we are jumping back into Hope for Master Ball with DragonairJordan's Moltres Toxtricity team. I've been able to do a couple practice episodes, so I'm still feeling iffy on the leads and the matchups, but I do like this team, and actually we were able to help out by getting DragonairJordan the Toxtricity code from the GameStop event, so he could get one that was shiny. So I'm glad I could help him out. And also, if you want to check out his channel, his YouTube, his Twitch, and his Twitter, the links will be in the descriptions. He's a really great and creative team builder, and I like watching and seeing what he builds. So second announcement, if you notice that content was sparse in the past week, on Thursday, I became a dad. So we are just taking our time with that. So stepped away from the recording, really didn't care about it because I had a newborn, and I'm so happy about that. So in the comments down below, if you are a dad, give me your best dad advice. So what do we have here? I'm worried about, we can do Toxtricity and Moltres as the lead. Maybe Indeedee and Garchomp. I feel like if this Venusaur has Max Quake, like we're actually really like Venusaur weak. But let's see how it goes. I'm still feeling iffy on the matchups because like I said, I've only done about 6 battles with this team. One of them being a turn 1 DC. So they do lead the Venusaur and the Torkoal. Okay. I don't want to leave Torkoal untouched, but I feel like I'm going to lose Toxtricity here. And let's go ahead and Snarl. I feel like Toxtricity might have been the max candidate here. But Moltres has the matchup against Venusaur, so this is going to be like my best bet. And we should just see like a Max Quake into the Tox. So let's see. We should see a Max Quake into the Toxtricity. Actually, just a Max Ooze. And it's Cloveberry, so that's not too bad. So we'll get the Max Airstream. And that looks like it's either Bulky or Assault Vest. And the Snarl will bring him down to neutral. And if Torkoal was going for Eruption, like, yeah. Do I want to Snarl again, or do I want to Overdrive? I think a Volt Switch into the Torkoal wouldn't be bad if they don't knock out. And Moltres takes that really well. You do activate Berserk, so we will be +1. And we just get the knockout on the Venusaur. And let's bring in then Didi. Unfortunately, we'll take Vine Chip, which will break the Sash, but we'll still get a Follow Me. And Eruption shouldn't do much. Now, do I want to Follow Me or do I want to Expanding Force? Because Expanding Force should be enough to take out Torkoal. Okay, so they got the P2. So what Trick Room on could they have in the back? Regirock? And I don't know if this is going to be enough to knock it out. Torkoal's going to protect, so yeah, they're setting up Trick Room. And we'll get the special defense drop, so, I mean, Expanding Force here is a maybe. Yes, there we go. So I feel like at this point, I don't have much to worry about, especially with Garchomp and, yeah, so the last one was Regirock. I'm going to go for Fiery Wrath, even though I don't need the spread on Torkoal. And we should lose Moltres to like a Vines anyway. And we get Regirock really low before it can boost or get a weakness policy. And Indeedee bringing it home. Very nice. I really like DragonairJordan's teams because he always tends to make really good teams with, like, the Toxtricity has really good matchups right now. So he's looking at mons that aren't super used, where when I do my team building, like my next team that I'll use for the next month's grind is just another Regigigas team. Because Regigigas was a team that I really didn't use. If you want to check out some of my more unique teams, I started out Series 7 with Electivire. And here we have Urshifu, Togedemaru, Nihilego, Gyarados, Thundurus, and Spectrier. Do I go Trick Room here? I feel like Trick Room is actually, like, really strong. And who do I want as the last mon? I want to say we have to bring Moltres because of the Urshifu and the Spectrier. Urshifu and Nihilego. Now I have to ask myself if this Nihilego has Trick Room. But I feel like Nihilegos have become more offensive. But if Nihilego gets Trick Room, I get one more Follow Me. Do you keep your... you do keep your Urshifu in? So Wicked Blow will bring us down to Sash. Okay, so yeah, you do get the Trick Room off. Oh, this isn't good. So that means you're more than likely sashed. Would you protect the Urshifu here? And you're actually going to max the Nihilego. So, I mean, I took the risk knowing that Nihilego could carry Trick Room. In the best case, I should have just followed me in Expanding Force and let them set up the Trick Room themselves. And they did end up protecting the Urshifu, so I should have used Expanding. Oh, no. Never mind. Nihil goes faster. I should have seen the Nihilego lead and just expected that. I want to say maybe Wicked Blow into the Glastrier and probably Max Rockfall into the Moltres. And at +1, that's going to hurt. Yeah, the Max Rockfall is going into the Moltres. No, actually into the Glastrier. Holy crap. Urshifu should go down to Sand, though. But unless we can one-shot the Nihilego, then I think this is over. Urshifu isn't Sash, so that means the Nihilego probably is. Especially since it's the Trick Room variant. Oh, you just Tailwind and Max Rockfall and just blows out of the water. Oh, okay. If somehow we do survive. No, this is a +2 Nihilego. There's no way we're surviving this. Good game. This is one of the downsides to not getting enough practice with the team, and unfortunately because of, new baby, I haven't been able to watch DragonairJordan use this team. So I haven't seen how he played it, and just picking up a team without knowing how it's played is never a really good start. Okay, let's jump into one more. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you check out DragonairJordan's links in the description. Okay, we have our next opponent. And, ooh. Okay, so we got an Anger Point Tauros. we have Rain and Celesteela. So I think we go Trick Room here, because their options are going for speed. And if you lead Tauros, you have to activate the weakness policy, and that leaves a chance for Entity to follow me twice. Okay, so they go Tauros and Frostlass. We get a special defense boost, but Tauros is a physical attacker. So here we'll just set Trick Room. We can always bring in the Glastrier and Max Knuckle. We just have to make sure we get Tauros chipped down enough to a point where that is enough. And maybe if we can, like, stall out the Dynamax. Oh no, we're going to take the Frost Breath. Okay, that was actually better than I thought. I think we just try to get as much damage off as possible, and I think 2 Expanding Forces will do that. Because Tauros is going to take a knockout here. And we're stuck to just Mystical Fire. And Hatterene actually hangs on, so Tauros without the boost. I mean, their next thing is to try to stall out the Trick Room. So maybe a Parting Shot from Incineroar. Because you can't fake out. And you just go for Flare Blitz. Okay. And Max Quake. So you finally go for the special defense boost. And Indeedee is once again going to hang on. How many more turns of Trick Room do we have? Well, Max is over. We have 2 more turns of Trick Room. I think you might switch out Ensign here. So I think we might as well just go for the knockout. And if you don't target Indeedee when Trick Room's over, we can get another Follow Me off next turn because the taunt will end. So we do knock out the Tauros. I think Incineroar's best move here would be to Parting Shot and come back in and Intimidate again. Will-O-Wisp. Okay. That's not something you see too often on Incineroar. And Celesteela. I would like to say Celesteela protects here, and as they try to stall out the Trick Room. Yeah, so we should have protected Indeedee. Oh, tell me that was a crit. No, it wasn't. We didn't even need the crit. So we should be +3 now, which means we're plus, like, we're basically neutral. Yeah, we're +3 with +1 special defense. So here, just an easy Follow Me. And I actually want to max Knuckle, because if you target the Glastrier... Well, no, you can't target the Glastrier. Oh, my brain is... Okay, we have them waste a Meteor Beam, though. And we'll end up +4, so we'll basically be, I want to say, like +1 after the burn. And we're Life Orb, so we're still going to do a decent amount of damage. Oh, yeah. Toxtricity should outspeed, absolutely. So should we even go for the Snarl, or should we go straight into the Overdrive? I want to say there's no reason not to Overdrive, because Celesteela doesn't have a spread move. Flash Cannon. And you actually outspeed. And there we go. Toxtricity gets the knockout. Good game. So luckily there, I was able to stop the Anchor Point Tauros which basically had them almost waste their Dynamax. And Indeedee stayed around much longer than I thought it would. The problem I had when practicing with this team is that you really have like 3 Trick Room pieces and 3, like with Indeedee, Hatterene, and Glastrier. Indeedee can go on the regular mode as well. But when you run Trick Room, I was running into this point where I was either running out of Trick Room turns, or the non-Trick Room Mon, the cleanup Mon, was coming in before Trick Room was over, so it was coming in at a disadvantage. And I think that's just trouble with me getting the pacing of the team. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys like this team. If you did, once again, check out DragonairJordan. All of his links are in the description. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said at the beginning, question of the day, don't forget to answer it. If you are a father, hit me up with that solid dad advice in the comments down below. But if you made it this far in the video, I want to say thanks for watching. And until next time, I'll see everyone later.